Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm back for another stream to help finish up this comic. We only got one panel really left as far as the basic inking goes for this page. Oop. I'm gonna turn off my test stream. Alright. I also got my new camera to start playing with. Obviously, I'm still tinkering around with that before I get a chance to really use it for streams. But, well, streaming is not necessarily what I got it for to begin with, but it's going to help make the quality of my videos a lot better. This little M50, I'm honestly shocked at how small this thing is. It's adorable, and I love it. I'm excited to play with it. But that's not what we're here for today. Let's get some comicking going. I don't have much left to do, so hopefully I tuckered out the pup enough to buy myself this hour. Let's hydrate up and get this going. Okay. First things first, go to the panel layer. Get that all inked up. Okay. Just need these panels to be outlined so that way I got some guidelines. I'll probably go through and bold and thicken or scrawny up some of these lines in the long run. It's not really necessary at the moment, but for future references it'll be nice. Okay. I'll probably end up changing these panels all around, so really it's just a guide for now to get me through it. Okay. New layer. L5. Done. This one might take a little bit just because there's a lot of tedious line work going on. But gotta go through as quick as we can. Alright, let's switch back to the appropriate liner. Get this thing all figured out here. I believe my microphone's actually working this time around, so that's a plus. Hopefully the stream isn't too laggy. It looks like it's dealing with a little bit of bitrate problems, but it's all set up for what they recommend, so I don't really know why it would be doing that other than my inability to use it on an actual corded connection. My office is not very close to the router, which might be something that I change down the line. The good thing about this part is I already did all my perspective work ahead of time, so essentially what I'm doing is just mucking up all the perspective lines I already created. Uh-oh. Dog got a hold of a squeaky toy. worst fears. Hey, thanks, Corey. Thanks for giving me that unnecessary thing. I will figure out how to make you a mod with Jordo and stuff eventually here. I gotta look up all that stuff. Yeah, can you hear? Probably hear Brady in the background. Yeah, Corey, just so you can catch up. See, this is where we're at all together so far, and if I get rid of my blue lines, it's looking pretty good. Obviously, I might throw a little bit of background stuff in that fourth panel, but it's not super important. So if I do, it's going to be mostly like weird Rocky Mountain things in the background. Might as well just leave that for coloring. But as always, thank you for joining in. It really means a lot to me. Some of these busted up architecture. Yeah, Corey, I'm not sure, but Mom said she was looking to try to watch some of these streams every once in a while, and she just needs it set up on her iPad, I guess, which I don't know what that actually means. I thought we already did that, but we may have to at least show her how to jump onto them when they pop up as notifications. I can deal with that in a phone call later. You don't necessarily have to deal with it. Nope. Undo line. How was work today, Corey? Was it too crazy? I know that it's always a little bit crazy, considering people are nuts and you're at Walmart. Oh, gotcha. Well, she's got to make a profile if she wants to actually be a part of this stuff. On the plus side, that gives me another follower. 82. So close. I'm almost where I need to be. Just need 20 more people. True. I discovered earlier today that I can refresh my streaming page without it breaking everything, which is good because sometimes the chat won't pop up, which is obviously really frustrating. That's why I have a backup plan these days. From Columbia, huh? How'd they end up at Lewiston Walmart? Or is it the Auburn Walmart? I don't know. You're at one of those two. Couldn't imagine trying to like travel around the world right now. I do really miss Amsterdam, and I was supposed to go back for me and Sammy's honeymoon, but we're just holding off now. Waiting until it actually seems to make sense. And the world's not crazy. Okay, well, let's get this going. So, Corey, on the plus side, just to give you an update too, as soon as I figure it out, I will have music in these streams, and I don't even have to worry about necessarily going for just a bunch of royalty-free music, because I got permission from Signal to Noise, so I'll be able to put some, host some Signal music from time to time, which is super cool, and obviously, I will be searching through royalty music and stuff too. Or royalty-free music. I just gotta figure out what's the best play. Okay. Get all of this craziness out of the way. If I get all of this building work out of the way, I get to do the character will be real fast. It's the bridge that I'm afraid of. It's a lot of bricks that I'm inevitably going to just draw all of because the texture will look cool. Yeah, Corey, I got my camera too. Hi, Mom. Trying to get this done before Brady stops me from finishing. He wakes up a bunch at night, which is a sign that he has been living with me for a while. Brady boy. I'll probably stop saying his name. It will invoke him if I say it 3 times. It's like the Candyman. Yeah. I got my new Canon. So as soon as I get done with this, I'm going to do one of 2 things. I'm going to either play with that the whole night or try to fight a Latreon again. But I'll probably save a Latreon for when Brady goes to bed. Uh-oh. Playing that game of how did I design this before. There we go. I do really want to set up everything for that camera though too. That's just more projects to deal with, so I don't know if I'll get to it tonight necessarily, but I do have to download a bunch of software, so I'll at least get that part done. Okay. Okay. Probably going to avoid doing too much detail in these buildings if I don't have to. Well, that's some. Yeah, I still have to level up. Also, the problem is that I think I need to talk to Jordan a little bit more first, and with you guys, because depending on the choice of that I have before me, I will be leveling up completely differently. Speaking of, if I do decide to take on said new mantle, I should probably take, depending if Jordan lets me even stay a paladin or not, but if I get a chance to take a level of something, paladin would make more sense, so I can start buffing people. Gotta be smart, I guess. Okay. So far, so good. Let's do this light post. This will make me feel like I've accomplished something quickly. Done. Yeah. Yes, it is the question. I've been thinking about it a lot, though, so... Oh! Also, looks like we're not playing next week anyway, so I got even more time to think. Just got that message. Okay, I remember to zoom out. My lean presently? Well, I hate to admit it, but I'm almost leaning more towards actually keeping it. And it's kind of because of character development wise, but I don't want to overstep any character that wants it more, is the thing. It's my same mindset that I always have with this group, which is that I was wasn't with them all the time, and I don't want to overstep anything. But at the same time, I feel like Xerxene he's a knight. He was of noble family, and he kind of makes sense. Also, I don't think that he would try to do it in regards of like a power struggle or anything like that. When you said like the King Arthur kind of thing, it kind of made sense to me. But less of like King Arthur and more of like the traveling adventurer mindset, where it's like the word protector is what made more sense to me. Oh yeah, no worries, Jordo. I read that too. That if anything, it gives me more time to struggle over whether or not I think Zerk should become the emperor. But we were just discussing that, and I do kind of think it could be an interesting thing for character development for him. But I might have to go seek some guidance from Gallius and perhaps even the dragons. Get the appropriate information. And also the idea that it would be an emperor following his focus on justice so much, and I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, well, see, that's exactly what I was thinking. You nailed it. Instead of it being him controlling over this like land area, because we already kind of gave that away anyway. Uh, I could start up that council, which would make a lot more sense. See, yeah, that's where I'm kind of leaning on. But I want to make sure that it's a group effort and not just me choosing things for everybody. Hey, let me try to refresh this real quick. I got a weird page thing going on. Okay, there we go. Refreshed. Problem solved. But like I said, I just want to make sure everyone in the group is cool with it. Because obviously, I mean, I'd rather us not give it away to like an NPC or anything. And no offense to Wade, but Ravon should not have this. Even though it would have been really fun to play that story out. But then it would have. I feel like we would have inevitably played through the rest of this story arc, and then ended up having to the end would have been some sort of weird anime story where we'd have to go fight fucking Wade and Ravon, Nog, whoever he decided. Dak, I guess, would have been the term by that point, because why would he pretend to be anybody else at that point? If we can keep Dak from being our supervillain in the end, then I think we've done a good job. But yes, I am leaning a little bit on the side of actually holding on to it. Also because I feel like it could be interesting as far as, like I said, character development and gameplay style. Yeah. Well, and he would have that. He does have this way of convincing Xerxene to do things. And also, he's already got the favor of the Empress. I feel like, considering she pretty much just gained hold of an entire kingdom, she's not a bad friend to have. Well, yeah, logical is good when you think of it in one way. It could be bad also because when you see, I was reading the main stats of the Emperor in general, and my concern with Dak getting a hold of it is the absolute power portion. Like, Xerxene wouldn't necessarily abuse absolute power. In fact, it would just be that little taste of power that he's already been kind of looking for. It's not like power that he wants so much as acceptance of what they do, like as wardens and stuff. He wants that acceptance, the universal, hey, we're not here to hurt you, we're here to help. And I feel like that's what he would try to use the power of the Emperor for, is to more or less to try to use it as a way to push forward the Wellspring and its place in everything else. Like, avoid the politics of people while simultaneously, or as much as they can, while simultaneously trying to protect everyone from spirits, you know. The balance of the Force. God, why do I put so many lines in things? And we haven't even gotten to the bricks. I'm gonna be so mad at myself. It's like when I did all the rocks up top. Don't worry, I've done this on every single page of this comic. Haha. Ghosty lads. Yes. Just a little bit, Jordan. Just a little bit. So my favorite moment of today was pointing out to Dad that Jordan is Mystic. That was a good moment. It was funny. Okay. Oh, cool. See, rocks are way easier. Still liney, but more organic and fast and easy to draw. So, yeah. So, Corey, I really would like to know, just out of curiosity, what would you have done if Menon had killed the Emperor? Because it was very close to being a Menon thing. What do you think that that would do to your character just in general? Because I don't know. I have this weird feeling that it may have not been a positive thing for Menon, just from a character level. I think that it wouldn't be like necessarily a super bad thing, but like I do think that it would be like your character's always going for the most extravagant, and you would have access to the most extravagant for sure. I'm just kind of curious as what you would think that that would do to the way you roleplay him. Okay. This is mostly in shadow, so it doesn't have to be super accurate. I don't know why, but right now with nothing, no sound or music or anything going on, I have Thomas Jefferson's Coming Home stuck in my head hardcore. Just, it's the only sound that keeps popping in. Which isn't even my favorite song, so it's kind of funny. It is a great one, but I mean, so what did I miss? But it keeps popping into my head. It's almost like the white noise of the air conditioner is just triggering Hamilton. Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I thought. See, that's another reason why this is tricky. I don't think that that the the Emperor is a bad role necessarily for Xerxene, but I do think that this would have been a really easy choice if it was someone like the Fool. If it was the Fool, all day it would have already been Xerxene. I mean, but that wouldn't give any character development. Whereas like this, it's been really me just thinking about the development side of things. And also, if I have to split to a third multi-class is a whole nother thought process. I kind of like the idea of that. It sounds fun, but because I could just become even more broken. But at the same time, I don't know. Okay, let's save myself from the bricks for a minute and do the character side of things. Okay, so wait, did I draw the back? Yes. Okay, cool. It's just square. Let's. And this, I gotta not be picky with this because it's very small. True. Though, see, that's kind of what I was thinking though. Is it might be time to do a switch like that if I go to a something that just powers up all of you guys and does buffs, and I can still play with my sorcery stuff some more. But that's why I wanted to make this decision before I level up. Because I do think if I'm gonna keep it, then I need to worry more about buffing you guys and the people surrounding me. Because I think that would be cool. Either which way, though, I don't want the staff that goes against my character way too much. Yeah. Okay. I hope that no one pays too much attention to the fact that I am not matching up any of these tears. That is way too much effort. And I don't think it's particularly important. Okay. Yeah, Corey, when do you work tomorrow? Or do you just be tired because of work? You have tomorrow off? No, I agree. I think that that staff belongs to him. It's also the exact way he's been playing his character, and I think he'll use it in ways that none of us would, and not necessarily like in an evil way. I just mean from a player standpoint. Like, if we have to be attacked by a bunch of yeah, elementals again, think of how much easier it would be for him to pull that army together. Like, I think that that would be super fun to play next to. I don't think he'll use it nefariously in front of anybody. Uh-oh, I'm doing that thing where I'm putting way too much detail into something too small. Okay, hey, well, if you do go to bed, have a lovely night, my good sir. Thanks for joining again, and let me know when audio is weird. if if it's good. Oh, and I just said that the other day, but you've just pushed me just far enough. I need to watch Hercules. Luckily, I've got Disney Plus going on. I won't do it tonight because I got too much other things going on, but I do really want to watch me some Hercules. Yes. Well, good night, Gory. We'll talk to you later. Okay, almost got this portion of the panel done. Jordan, that's awesome. Congrats. Page 38, huh? Man, that's like more writing than I've ever put into any project. Like, just to sum that up for you, this entire comic that I'm doing, which I'm still in like editing phase of writing because luckily for me I can just change it once I get the pictures in front of me. But this entire project is less than a page of writing. Like, and you've got 38 pages, maybe two. I'll give mine 2 pages if I wrote it at a big enough font. That's crazy though. Good job, Jordan. I'm super excited to read it. And yes, Jordan, for now, just to carry on with the joke from earlier, I am just adding even more pouches. And like a little backpacky pouch on the back, because why not? Gotta have enough room for the flask, right? Okay, so we're gonna this one down here. Perfect. And one, two, three. You got to Act 3? Good job. Oh, Act One Eddie. Okay, cool. But that's freaking sweet, though, man. That's awesome. In that case, as much as I really want to read it, I feel like I would like to read it once you have your first rough cut of like the whole story, if you don't mind. Like, I'll power through it for you. I'll spend a day off doing that. Not that not that I'm that slow of a reader, but I am. So but I would love to. I would love to read that, man. I'm almost so excited that I just would rather read the whole thing. Okay. That's not how legs work. Oh. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, isn't it? Like, I mean, I spent not a month on this project so far, but altogether, but I definitely spent like a week straight just in the figuring out how it was going to work phase. And that included like penciling and stuff. And I still have like 2 pages left to do, but I had to kind of sit on it long enough to formulate how the second half is going to go. Plus, let's face it, I've already told you. I'm not going to tell everyone else the reason why I'm doing this the way I am. But the the second part of it is going to be was that idea came late, and once I came up with that cool little reveal, I had to tinker around some more to change things. So I'm very excited to get to that portion of the story. Obviously, okay. See, I added way too much detail into that thing already. I've got to take a step back. I'll just avoid the magical glow because it's not quite going to be lined out. Here. Just while I'm still avoiding trying to do actual progress. Oh, we need to go to the right layer. Go back to panel 4 real quick. Add detail. Alright, cool. Back to panel 5. $113 pages, huh? How long do you think this novel's going to be altogether? I mean, obviously that's a kind of a trap question, but I'm just kind of curious. Cameron, what's happening? Long time no see, brother. Welcome to my stream, where we chill, chat about, and talk about nerdy stuff. Work on comics. I'm already a ways through this panel, but this is where the hard part kicks in. Well, it's only hard if I let it be hard, I guess. I am the creator of it. There's 7 acts? Okay, gotcha. That changes things a little bit. What kind of form are you putting that in? Most stories are in 3-act structure. What would a 7-act structure be considered? Or more? I guess yours is 7, though, specifically. I just don't know if there's like a specific term for that, or it's the problem with me learning just the basics of things and then hoping that's good enough. Okay, so let's cheat. I'm going to try to make my life as easy as possible by going through a second layer. Sometimes you just use perspective grid lines. I'm just curious if there's actually like a term for it. I mean, there might not be. It could just be 7-act structure. I mean, from your like perspective of it, though, is that like give you any specific use? Uh oh. Uh oh. Getting some lag. What are you doing, YouTube? Let's refresh to see what happens. Luckily, even if it's got a little bit of a buffering problem, it's not the end of the world for my very low budget YouTube setup currently. Open widget. Well, everything seems to be working perfectly on OBS, so I don't know what that means specifically for this. Oh, see, and now it's perfect again. Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, that makes sense then, because if you're just doing it through a different perspective, are each of their stories still like is the main story still in like a 3-act from like if you were to break it down simplistically, because that would still kind of make a little bit more sense to me. I mean, I'm just really excited to read it. Oh, gotcha. So it's kind of like technically Pulp Fiction isn't or is in 3-act structure, even though it completely breaks 3-act structure. But it's just because he understands how 3-act structure works. Okay. Cool. Well, that's awesome, though. I'm excited to read that, Jordan. It's going to be really cool. I'm just excited to hopefully me and you can both get motivated and finish some of these goals of ours, because I know both of us have had that problem recently. I know I have. And I would like for us to both achieve some of those goals. And the cool part is they're just making things, so we can do it at our own pace. No need to like rush, but I want to finish these short comics so I can convince myself I'm capable of doing these bigger ones. I hope that you get that book done up, especially because if you get to write your book, then me and you can work on something together in the future. Especially if you're getting good at that script writing, because I want to do more animation, and if I could eliminate the writing aspect out of it, obviously I could just come up with ideas, run them by you, kind of give you like help the creation side of it, but then I get to just do the fun part, which is the art side of things. Yeah, it's almost like you're writing it in the same way Dracula poses, but Dracula's all through letters and notes, obviously. But that's cool, through a different perspectives. I thought you'd like it, man. I know it's expensive, but it's good. I mean, I liked it, and I'm not even a writer. Okay. Life hacks. You know what? I'm really mad at myself for not spending a little bit more time today trying to figure out how to put music on these streams, because I can do that now. I have the ability. I've gotten the permission. Just gotta do it. Okay. Step 1, accomplished. Step 2, the more tedious part. Be more messy with this now, though. Okay. The sad part about me putting all of this effort into all of these individual bricks is I'm going to be covering half of them up with, like, shading. But I feel like when I was initially working on this project, it was an excuse to use my fountain pens. And I was going to do this with every single, like, section. Just go in with the fountain pen, add way too many details and lines just to make it really cool. So I feel like I have to stay true to that, even though things have changed. Plus, I like details. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're not just listening to my dead silence. I will be fixing that, though, for future referencing. I'm going to be having some cool music going on in the background. Obviously, if people want me to keep it just voice, I'll do that. I don't mind sitting in silence for too long. Plus, I do have headphones if I really feel the need to. I'm capable of looking up at people's comments while listening to headphones. And if I really want to be picky, I could always put a bunch of royalty-free stuff on and then still listen to whatever keeps me driven. But realistically, I could listen to anything, and instrumental royalty-free music is actually pretty good, so. And I do plan on making my own instrumentally tracks at some point in the future. It's just about finding that time. I've been looking at my my synthesizer going like, that would be the easiest way to do this, and I just haven't done it yet. There are so many lines left to do. Let's see here. Get some of this. Yeah, now that I got that camera, though, I'm pretty serious about what I was talking about before. I kind of want to write up some short filmy stuff. Obviously, I don't want to interrupt you from your comic. Yes, I did. I committed real hard. And the worst part is I'm probably gonna fix, like, get rid of most of this detail almost immediately. Don't hate on my bricks. The sad part is I've done this page a few times already. Once I did ink it all by hand already, and it looked really cool, but then I changed the design of the character, and I decided to do this YouTube thing. So I started over. Not because it was bad, but because I needed content. And also, I have no problem redoing things. It'll always end up being better in the long run. And to think, I was talking not even that long ago about how excited I was that I was basically done with the panel already. It's free my mind a little bit. Go back over here, add some building cracks. 'Cause those also look cool. I need to add a bunch of these all over the rocks. It's amazing what just a couple of like little sketchy lines will do, huh? Okay. Yeah, see, I have this real bad habit of, it's like stippling. I hate stippling with a fiery passion, but I do it all the time. Why do I do it all the time? Because it looks good, and sometimes you just gotta. Even if it hurts you. But in the long run, once it's all done, it looks great. You should have been here the first time I did this all with a pen, a inking pen and a ruler. Because at least I'm doing it digitally and I can cheat with layers. Make my life even like a little bit easier. Hey, we're almost at the halfway point. Yeah! And then I have to do all these underneath bits, which the smart person in me should just do it all in shadow and not even worry about it at all. But I ain't that bright. Hey, and also I'm not getting paid by the hour to do this comic, so... Or not by the hour, but by the page, so I can take as long as I want on things. It's the cool part when it comes to your own projects. Yeah, or the ones where people go line by line and draw like the whole portrait, just like without even like sketching out the whole thing. Yeah, screw that. I literally am not capable of the patience necessary for that. Which is funny because when I am doing my job and I kind of do that kind of stuff, but I can still jump around where I want. I'm not just trying to get a cool effect on YouTube. Uh-oh, I gotta focus a little harder. Make this look a little nicer. It's getting a little bit too ununiform. Some ununiformity is good, but sometimes it just looks weird. This is true, Cameron. This is very true. It's just, it goes with that one moment where you're like, I just know that this is going to look better. So I have to go for it. That happens when I'm tattooing too. I'll be halfway through a tattoo and then I'll be like, you know what we have to do? We have to go this one extra mile deeper into this. Let's do it all with a bunch of dots. Why not? Okay. Oh yeah, no, I can't do those long form like paintings, Jordan. Like, yeah, I have to. If I start up a painting, it's getting done usually in one session, maybe 2 days at most, and that's just so I can keep myself from hating the artwork later. Just and also now that's kind of the cool part about working on YouTube stuff is because it stops me from doing those projects that I'm gonna never finish. When I'm doing YouTube, I need the content, so I have to go fast, and that is very helpful. It's a good way to keep myself sane and working on things. Well, at least as of right now, it hasn't burned me out yet. Okay. We are past the halfway point for the bricks. Hey, what's up, Shane? Yeah, we're getting there so far. So just so give everyone an update here. This is where we're at. We'll get rid of the background sketch. So far, so good. Panel 1 and 2 and 3. And fourth panel and this current one. This craziness with just a bunch of lines. Getting there though. Yeah, so I only got so much time before I gotta go deal with the pupper. My wife is working, so it gives me a little bit of time to chill, but still gotta keep him entertained as best as I can anyway. Which is pretty tricky sometimes. He's a crazy one. Okay. I'm very excited for this weekend. I'll figure out the audio deal with getting some music on here. Try to find a bunch of different instrumental tracks and stuff that I can use, as well as pulling in some signal to noise music. So we'll be having some good background tunes for videos too. Also working on oh yeah, this is all gonna be in color. It's probably gonna be like muted halftones kind of stuff. I haven't decided completely how I'm gonna do it yet. I might stick with like originally going with like the old school newsprint comic book style initially, just because that'll save a lot of time. But inevitably, I'll end up probably doing some sort of painterly style too, because like the cover, if you haven't seen that video yet, I did all the artwork in a very Castlevania art style, and I very much liked that a lot, which is not a good thing for me because it's going to be so much more work. Because let's face it, I'll probably break down and do that. I'll have to do a faster version of it, so it'll be a little bit more simplified. But it just looks so cool. So I can't say no to it forever. But I got time to figure that out. Or at least I think I do. Okay. But I could also do it like Sin City style, where it just has a few different colors show up. Like the sword's gonna have some magical glowiness to it, so I could do that. There's gonna be a lot of like Spawn glowy green colors. So I could just stick with that. That could look really cool. I mean, if I do it the same way I did my comic book cover, it will have a whole grayscale section, like layer anyway, because I did it all with grayscale first and then I colored over it. So I might just do that. That would actually be really cool. It would look unique, that's for sure. Well, not completely unique, considering, I didn't come up with that, but in the sense that Sin City already did it, and it's really cool, but theirs is more classic noir, and this is supposed to be kind of like a noir story. I mean, if you break it down, that's what it is. Yes. Pretty much, Jordo. You know me with color anyway. It probably will be. The other option is I could, because because I haven't decided how I'm going to, if I'm going to be printing these or anything anyway. If I do decide to print them, I could print a colorable one. There could be a coloring book version of this comic, and I could just have other people show me what they think. How it should be colored, which could be really fun just in general. I do want to make a coloring book for real, though, just for fun. And once I have a few different YouTube projects going, I'll use some of those, because obviously most of the content that I'm making is just for the internet, which means it's going to be hard to actually like be able to. I mean, I could sell prints and stuff, obviously, but it'll be hard to keep them standard in my own without people being able to use them anyway. So, releasing a coloring book is not that unfeasible. It would be fun. I wanted to do that through the quarantine just to give people stuff to do, but I ended up, like I said, starting the videos. That ended up taking a lot more of my time. But in a good way. I absolutely love video editing. I fell in love with the process of making YouTube videos. Huh. This is really messy over here. Let's not look at that too hard. Let's just power through it and pretend it's accurate. So like I said, once I get in there to color, it won't matter anyway. So we'll be able to mess around with that. Yeah, I agree. Sin City is one of my favorite things. Frank Miller, that guy, you know, he knows how to create cool things. Okay, and this is the continuation of stone walls and stuff in the background. And they disappear off that way. So over here it's all black and gray. Solid. Okay. Let's ponder and sit at this. I gotta bold up some lines for sure. Oh, thanks, Shane. Yeah, I also will be releasing like a full time lapse of the whole thing too. So there will be a much faster version of this if people are interested in watching that version. Just because I know that not everyone's going to be able to make it to the streams, and they're very long format. So when I make the time lapse one, it will probably be like a 10-minute video. I'm almost done with this page, so I might even release that page lining next week. There will be a point where I don't release all of the pages though, just because I don't want to give up the whole story. So I might do like specific panels or something and jump through it. So I guess that the people who are here through the streams will be seeing like all of the process, because I'm not gonna. But it definitely will be a little trickier in the future. Oh, here, let me refresh again, because it looks like YouTube's being silly again. Let's see what happens. Strict, get some water break. Okay. Check on OBS, make sure that that's working. Oh, come on, OBS. That's not good. Okay. You'll hear me. I'm gonna quickly reset. Okay, so let's fix that real. Alright. That seems to have worked. Sorry about that, guys. I think it's all working now. That was a really weird shutdown. It's the problem with me. I need to get a new Ethernet cable. Well, at least got some people here. Okay. Well, I think that's all fixed. Looks like it's in high quality now. Just in time for me to go back into blowing up my brain while trying to get some boulder line work in here. Okay. Just gotta remember to pay attention to that. Yeah, good. I'm glad that that worked. Learning things. I didn't even have to like reset up a whole stream. I was a little worried about that. I know that I've followed other streamers who have had to completely reset before. Yeah, it's definitely all up to date. I will tell you, I got 2, 3, 4. I have 5 different things plugged into OBS right now that are separate from my computer. So my computer is powering a lot of external devices. My iPad is connected through it wirelessly right now, and my router is in a different room. So I'm running all of it off of Wi-Fi. So truth be told, I am pushing my luck a lot with this. But the fact that I'm able to run it at the quality that I'm at right now while doing all of those things means that when I am able to upgrade things, it will only be better. So that's real good. I'm hoping that when I use my new camera with it, that it doesn't get too crazy. Just because I'm super excited to play with that new camera. So it was mostly that I picked it up for the actual video production itself, when I'm doing like paintings and those kinds of, like, less about the streaming and more when I'm putting a lot of crazy effort into a traditional art project or actual storytelling videos. But I will definitely check my drivers. I have to upgrade all that stuff tonight anyway for my new camera. I'm just glad that they're not having any mic problems anymore. The first stream, my mic wasn't even synced in for some reason. I had to reset all of that. You know what, though? I'm not going to make any actual complaints about OBS because it's completely free and it's by far the most amazing program I have. And that's saying a lot considering I use every Adobe program. I pay for like Clip Studio. I have so much software that's significantly more expensive than free that I choose to use the main free one. Because there are a couple of other streaming software out there that I could be using, but it gets pricey. I mean, even OBS was not Studio, because that's what I'm using. There are other little OBS set up there for gamers. It's good, but you have to pay for things. And I can just make all of my cutouts and backgrounds and videos and stuff. Like, the cool part about just in general with my OBS is if I want to, anytime I want, I can pop in my intro and just for fun. Let's try that. Intro! Yeah, I had to do a bunch of animating to make that happen, but once I figured out how to jump between those things and have my waiting screens and stuff, I do all that myself. There are people who are paying a lot of money for that kind of thing. Honestly, I thought about it before making the YouTube of just making those for other people. Which, if it wasn't for the fact that they take so much time, it would probably be good. And I just don't like charging people lots of money for things that take a long time. Because that's what I'd have to do. I'd have to give myself like $20 an hour or something just to make it worth it. Which is also not even really charging the way that I probably should as a professional artist of, freaking, at this point, like almost 20 years. Well, I mean, not professional artist 20 years, 15 years for professional artists. I've been a tattoo artist at this point for a decade. I've got a name for myself, and I just got to remember that that's a thing. But luckily, my job's not even that important monetarily wise for me. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Sammy's the one who goes and has this, she's got the real job. I have the fun job that gets us the date money. That's what my job is to make sure we get to have all of our fun things. I pay for all the bills that don't, keep us alive. I help out with other things, but not as much as I wish I could. Obviously, especially after quarantine and stuff. Here, let me make sure everything's golden. Okay. And here's that wonderful test. We get rid of the background sketch. That's looking pretty good. I'd say we're getting there. At least the line work's looking pretty good. Let's see what okay. I think I'm just going to add some little minor details in here. I don't think that I should do... I'll just gesture some of the lines in for under the bridge here. Actually, let me combine these panels together. And so we'll get some of those in. But realistically, it's all going to be shadows in there anyway. Shane, yeah, I do plan down the line to do some of those. That one's purely, though, just a logistic challenge. Is there's not a ton of space in all of our stations, and I would also probably end up needing like another hand to make that happen. And down the line, I wouldn't mind doing a couple, but right now it's not really a possibility. Just too many things that could go wrong, and I should definitely focus on the tattoo itself. But yes, that is on the plans of me trying to figure it out. It's just not something I'm pushing for at the moment. But it would be fun. Like I've thought about that for years, actually. Cool, Harvey. I mean, well, it depends. If we have the perfect setup for the specific placement of tattoo and stuff, I don't see why not. I just got to make sure I get that going. Oh, let's get this. So I recognize that I'm ignoring a lot of my actual brick lines right here, but that's okay, because, like I said, this is all in shadow, so I don't plan on going too crazy with it right now. It's the problem with doing, like, actual perspective and then just blatantly ignoring it with other lines. But that's fine. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I've thought about it, and if I can get everything set up just right, I totally would, because that'd be fun. I mean, obviously, I do thoroughly enjoy doing all of the tattoos anyway. I'm already working them, and at this point, I'm booked out so far. That'd be the easiest way to make video content for YouTube. Definitely the fastest way to do both my day job and the hobby. It just also depends on, especially because I like doing all the video editing and stuff. That's the part that I'm not even worried about. That would fill up my time nicely. I thoroughly enjoy the editing process a lot. Mostly making the videos is so I can get to the editing. It's just that's when I get to sit down at a computer for a few hours and make things work the way I want them to. Whew. So I don't know if you guys have noticed since the beginning of the stream, but I am getting more and more increasingly warm. The AC is becoming less and less helpful in this room. There is no window over here, so I have to deal with it. Plus, I don't really want a fan too much closer to the microphone. It's already a condenser microphone. It already picks up everything. But I'm just getting slowly more and more red as time goes. Yeah, I'll keep everybody in the loop. Obviously, I'm super happy that people are supporting me with this adventure, and I would love to eventually, like, just in general, hook people up for helping me out. So it might be one of those things where it would be a fun, like, I might do some contests and things that might involve tattoos, because that would all be out of my pocket anyway, so I might as well give it a go. I'm going to be making some stickers just for little things around my office, and that being said, that means if I'm buying stickers, I'm going to be buying enough for other things, so I might have to sell them just because they're going to cost me some money, but obviously I would love to have those kinds of things for other people, and I know that people have been supporting me for a long time, so I'm just happy that I have this opportunity to do that. Oh, here, you know what, screw it, we're going to make my life easier for a little bit. I get it. I'm breaking a lot of rules when it comes to angles and the way things are supposed to go, but that's okay. For now, that'll do. We're gonna make that less harsh, though. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you like them, Harmony. I'm going to be, like I was saying before, I don't know if you were watching at the time, but I will be having some background tunes and stuff. So I wouldn't mind putting like a vote for what people want to listen to, because I'm usually indifferent. Honestly, the thing that keeps me progressing is having people to chat with is wonderful. It helps me sit through and just power through this project. Ooh. Not doing it on the right layer. That's okay. We'll deal with that problem later, when it becomes a problem. Okay. Hell yeah, Shane, just hit me up. Swing by the shop sometime. You know where to find me. Well, actually, have you been to the new shop yet, Shane? Swing by sometime just to check that out. But yeah, we can definitely talk about it. I will give you the warning right now, though. We are booking into September currently. So if you want to get a tattoo, the sooner you can get in, the better. Because I think, on the booking into the second week already. And if it's a weekend, I'm booking into the third week. It's crazy at the shop right now. It turns out, if you lock everyone indoors for an extended period of time, they all really want tattoos. That's what I've learned anyway. Or piercings. Trina ran out of all of her jewelry in the first weekend, and we've been having trouble getting jewelry stocked back in. It's craziness. Obviously, we're trying to do everything we can to help everybody out, but it is nuts in there. I'm okay with it, though. Hey, it helped me get a new camera. I gotta get my computer dock next so I can plug in an extra monitor. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, you know what I think would be funny to do at some point? Is I kind of feel like it would be a fun concept for me to put a camera like in the other room just to show what it's like while I'm streaming. Because realistically, yes, I am hanging out with you guys and talking with you guys, but I am just in a room by myself while my dog thinks I'm crazy talking to myself, and it's pretty entertaining to think of it that way. But it's a good time. Yeah. No, tell me about it, man. I had to rebook and reschedule over a month's worth of people. Harmony can attest to that. People to get them back into the shop, like 3 or 4 times we had to reschedule. Just because it was so up in the air, had no clue when we were going to be allowed to tattoo people again, and just constantly waiting for each of the, CDC chats to figure out when that was going to happen, and it was nuts. Oh! Guys, my puppy alarm just went off. He'll start whining a little bit more, so I'll chill for a little bit longer here while I get this figured out. But I saw this coming. That was I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. Also, he might be hungry. But let me fill in a couple of extra windows before we go. But yeah, I'm definitely swing by the shop. Obviously, even if it's just to say, hey, it's really cool. The new building is wonderful. It's treating us all very well, especially now that we've got to actually play in there. Yeah, 3. It was crazy. Here, let's see here real quick. So let's put the edge of this building right here. Let's get another one right here. There we go. He'll be excited to be in my office for a second, so I'll grab him so he stops whining for a minute. And then we'll say my goodbyes for the night, but thank you for joining me. We got this page done up. I'm going to, I'll probably make a video over the weekend and post it on maybe Monday. It just depends on whether I finish it by Monday or not. So Monday or Tuesday at the latest, there will be a time lapse of the inking of this. I'll just do some fun editing or something with it. I might do a flatting day, but it will probably be after I get the next page done. The next pages that I'm going to be working on stream are going to be page 2 and 3, which are a spread page. I got to do some editing on it, so it's going to be a little bit more time consuming than this one was. But now that I've got the streams up and running a little bit better, it's going to be a lot easier for me to manage jumping into that and actually making it more focused on the work as opposed to tinkering around with making sure the audio and stuff is right. I feel like I've got that figured out a little bit better. That being said, if you guys ever notice anything being weird, feel free to just mention it in the chat so I can make it better for us. Any ideas, those kinds of things, that's what I'm looking for. All right, let me get Brady. We'll say hi. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody before I log off? Come here. Oh, come here, Brady boy. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, you get to go in the office. You love it in here. Oh, kisses. Say hi to everybody. Look, see the camera right there? That's everybody. They're saying hi. You goober. Hey, ow. Don't bite my ear. You really like to bite my earlobes, huh? You're a punk. Yeah, so this is what I've been doing through quarantine. Is chilling with this guy, this little teddy bear. He is crazy. you. Yeah. He gets grumpy when I stream for too long. So I'm going to go spend some time with Brady because Mama's out to work. Stop biting me. Stop it. But have yourselves a lovely night, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be messaging and posting when I'm going to be jumping on for some more streams. I hope to see you guys there. Good night, Brady. Good night. Oh, God. Yeah, good night. Okay. We're gonna end the stream. Bye, guys. Have a good night.